Good morning, Kingsley community. Pastor Colleen Weirman here, coming to you with another daily devotion for Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. And we are back to the book, 40 Days of Community. And we are on day 10, and the theme is we're commissioned to reach out. So how is day 10 different than the others? We're commissioned to reach out together by offering hospitality. 1 Peter 4:9 says, open your homes to each other without complaining. That's the key. Without complaining. Open hearts lead to open homes. For the Christian, hospitality is not an option. It is an injunction. Read Isaiah 58, 6-9, or Luke 14, 12-14. We're commanded to practice hospitality from the example of the patriarch Abraham, who saw 3 holy visitors coming to him across the burning sand. You can find that in Genesis 18, all the way to the wise counsel of the Apostle Paul in Romans chapter 12, verse 13. For some, hospitality is as natural as breathing. For others, the practice must be acquired. For all, the gift must be nurtured. Christ's ministry to this impoverished, captive, blinded, and oppressed world must, in one way or another, also be ours. Luke 4:18-19. Many of us have been given a remarkable tool through which to minister, the miracle of a Christian home. If Christians would open their homes and practice hospitality as defined in Scripture, we could significantly alter the fabric of society. Many who say they follow Christ have no comprehension of the basics of hospitality. We've allowed the world to force us into a mold. Entertaining says, I want to impress you with my beautiful home, my clever decorating, and my gourmet cooking. Hospitality, however, seeks to minister. It says, this home is not mine. It is truly a gift from my master. I am his servant, and I use it as he desires. Hospitality does not try to impress, but to serve. So the first tool we have as Christians for reaching out to others by offering hospitality is our homes. And I know that we're in the midst of COVID, so sometimes it's not safe to have people over. But I've seen people decorate their homes and invite people to just come and walk on their lawn and walk through their Christmas lights. And I've seen that in Traverse City. I've seen that in Kingsley. So that's kind of a cool way of offering hospitality through your home. Another way, for many years, we've offered our home as a sledding party for youth at many of the different churches that I've ministered at and have been a part of. And so we'd have kids from all over, and we'd bring guys with snowmobiles, and we'd pull them on the back 20 acres around the flat cornfield area. And they would just have a great time. We'd offer hot chocolate, and people would bring snacks. Now, of course, we can't do that now during COVID, but what can you do to offer your home as a gift of hospitality? And it doesn't have to be entertaining. My house was never exceptionally pristine and clean. It was vacuumed, toilets were cleaned, and people had room to walk. So that was it. Nobody was really impressed by my decorating, since I'm not a decorator. That picture that's right behind me has been up for 22 years. And so is that same color of my kitchen, pink. What was I thinking? Anyway, so entertainment, the writers write, always puts things before people. As soon as I get my house finished, the living room decorated, my place settings complete, my house cleaning done, then I can start having people in. Hospitality, however, puts people before things. We have no furniture, we'll eat on the floor. I have furniture, so that's a good thing. Entertaining declares, this is mine, these rooms, these adornments, look, please, and admire. Hospitality whispers, what is mine is yours. Hospitality puts away pride and doesn't care if other people see our humanness, meaning, we might have dust bunnies behind our television. We might have older furniture, but hospitality is not about that. It's about ministering to people, listening to them, inviting them to come have a cup of coffee with you, and it might just be in your living room with you and someone that you've been around that's a safe, COVID safe, since there's no coffee shops that you can sit at right now. People need conversation, and they need hope, and they need help. So if you're a Christian and you have a home, you can offer hospitality. If Christians corporately would begin to practice hospitality, we could play significant roles in redeeming our society. The writers write, there is no better place to be about the redemption of society than in a Christian servant's home. Hold on, I have to turn the page. And the more we deal with in a Christian servant's home. And the more we deal with the captive, the blind, the downtrodden, the more we realize that in this hospitable world, a Christian home is a miracle to be shared. So in the Webster's Dictionary, hospitality or hospitable is defined as is wedged between the word hospice, which is a shelter, and the word hospital, which is a place of healing. So ultimately, this is what we offer when we open our homes in the true spirit of hospitality. We offer shelter and we offer healing. So they give us some practical steps towards hospitality. If you're new to it or it's not as comfortable as some, it says request the presence of God as you open your home, so pray. Determine how your habits keep you from being more hospitable. So do you have to be like a clean freak? Everything has to be clean and wiped down. Wipe down your tables, vacuum a little, clean your toilets, done. Evaluate your gifts and how they can be used for hospitality. And be a host home for a small group. Now they're talking about a Bible study. But again, you can have a couple of people over and just share some coffee and, you can read the devotion for today and talk a little bit more about it. Here's one that's really cool. This is when COVID would be over, is that, progressive dinner. You can be one of the stops at a progressive dinner for people. That's kind of cool. And another that would be really a reach for many people would be to take in a troubled teen. Now, I have people in my congregation that have taken in homeless teens or have offered them a place to stay. And that's really important to be able to offer your home that way. Some are foster parents. Some have been foster parents. It's another way of opening your home. Another way is just to have, when you're safe, a small group. Invite some of the youth from your church over and just talk about what we talked about today. How can they be full of hospitality in the setting that they're in? Because it is a Christian command. It's not an option. It's a command to be hospitable. And if you're a Christian and you own your own home, or you have a home, even if you rent it, you have a tool to offer hospitality. So I'm hoping that this was helpful for you today. Let's see if there's any questions, because I forgot to look. How have you had your neighbors in your home lately? Now, I know we're in the midst of COVID, but you can take a look at some of the people that you're already around, and you can invite them over and have some coffee and be a little bit more intentional about offering hospitality to them, because people are lonely and they need to be able to meet you in a place that is safe and healing and healthy, and that's your home. So again, as a Christian, offering hospitality is not an option, it is command. And there's many places in Scripture where God's people have offered hospitality. Back in the ancient times, if it was a traveling person traveling from place to place to get to their journey, and they came to you and you didn't offer hospitality, you were pretty much shunned in the community, because there were no hotels then, and so a weary traveler would starve to death, or they would become they could become robbed or beaten up in the night. So to offer hospitality was a must. So as Christians, you have a home, start there. Start there, offering a place for people to gather safely, and maybe have a small group. Maybe just invite people over for coffee. Maybe you're an older person and you're retired, and you decide, every Tuesday I'm going to invite some people over and we're going to talk about this book, or we're going to do the daily devotion together, either way. And then we're just going to share life and pray for one another. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated. Don't make it complicated, and don't think your house has to be pristine, because nobody's looking in the corner at your dust bunnies, because we all have them. If you lift up the cushions in my couch, luckily I have a lab. And if I lift up the cushions, he just eats all the crumbs. So that's helpful. He's like a vacuum cleaner. But if you were to pull my couches out, you'd see dust bunnies too, just like everybody else. But hospitality is a must, and it's a command for God's people. So think about how you can be hospitable to someone using your home in a safe way this holiday season. I will talk to you tomorrow, and we will continue reading from 40 Days of Community. Have a good day. Bye-bye.